Well, here in Norman, Oklahoma this morning, we wondered, might this be a catch-your-breath Saturday with all the top 10 expected to win comfortably? I don't think so. The madness of the two previous weeks just continues. Yeah. It's another take-your-breath-away Saturday. What a great season to be a fan. What a tough season to be a pollster, especially with the BCS standings coming out on Monday and hinging on the outcome of these games. Take your shot. Give me the changing top five for now.
A lot of voodoo this year, man. A lot of voodoo stuff. I'm going with Ohio State. I think they play the best defense. They got great offensive balance. Second is Oklahoma. I like Oklahoma's football team. They lost by 3. They were ahead 24-7 and went to sleep, but they're really good. Now, Boston College is the ACC representative. They haven't lost a game. I think they will later on. And I'm telling you, I saw Oregon by myself in Oregon. That's a good football team. I got them 4th. And LSU, I got LSU playing Oklahoma for the national title. So I got to keep them in the top 5. Well, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
All the way into December. We know that. I think you and I have similar, but some differences as well in the top 5. I have Ohio State at number 1, and at this point, we're going to find out eventually how good they really are when they go to Penn State and they go to Michigan end of the year. Oregon at number 2. Oregon went to Ann Arbor, dominated Michigan, who's turned out to be a very good football team, and had Cal beat, but couldn't get it done at the end. Oklahoma Sooners at number 3, right back in the mix with an opportunity to get to the national championship. I have LSU down to number 4. I'm not going to take them out of the top 5. They've been the most dominating team all year, going to overtime, 3 overtimes, and lose on the road to Kentucky and South Florida. I put the Bulls in there, and if you look at their resume and forget their name, they deserve, in my opinion, to be up in the top 5.
It took a lot for you to do that, 3 weeks of craziness, but now you get USF finally up there in the top 5. But there are different philosophies when you vote in your polls. Some vote the, quote, most deserving teams based on the resumes, and some just pick teams based on who they think would win on a neutral field, who the best teams are. So are your most deserving teams, best teams, is that the same thing?
I want to give you one thing. The best football team I have seen personally is Oklahoma. Right. That's the best team I've seen. I haven't seen the Buckeyes, and I got them number 1, but they're a very good football team on defense.
What about just watching them on TV and seeing everybody?
I haven't seen enough of them. I think Oklahoma's the best team I have seen.
Yeah, I think this is the most difficult year to say who is the best team after 7 weeks, because this is like watching the most volatile stock market of all time. It's up, it's down. Nobody's been consistent except Ohio State. You can look at that and say, well, they haven't played anybody yet, and that could be very true. We'll find out eventually, but of all the teams up in the top 5, they have been the most consistent. We'll find out in a couple weeks when they go to Happy Valley.
You've also seen them.
Yes, I have. Their defense is very good.
That's it.
But consistency is easier to achieve until you really get tested.
That's right.
Then the inconsistency pops up. And by the way, stand by, your number 1 team, Ohio State. They've lost 5 of the last 7 at Penn State, where they play in a couple of weeks.
That's going to be a hard game.
No, these upsets aren't done.
Not this year.
Everybody's nicked up except for a couple of teams. Seems like everybody is back in the national championship chase.